my gosh, it's that time of day again.
It is.
We missed last week.
But hey, by the way, welcome to Collectively Crimson. Now, listen, Cougs out there right now, for those of you watching live on YouTube and X, say a prayer because, well, who's on the board tonight?
Last week we had Skylar and Brandon on the board.
Well, no, 2 weeks ago.
Last week.
You ended up on the disabled list last week.
I had the bug that's going around here.
That's true.
But
you're back.
I'm back, and I'm stoked to be here.
You look like $1 million, too, man.
You know what I like about the flu? I lose a little weight.
You do?
It's better than Ozempic, dude.
It's better, cheaper.
A lot cheaper. But
exactly.
I had the flu that was going around, it's just it knocked a bunch of people out.
It did.
I'm stoked to be, and I didn't want to get you sick.
I appreciate that, brother.
Because I
can't afford to be sick.
You could be in trial tomorrow. Some guy could be,
theoretically.
Going
unlikely, but
there
was a time where that was more realistic.
I'd feel really bad if a trial got screwed up because Brian Hurley got, some nobody got you sick.
Yeah,
that would be the worst.
That's what they got continuances for, though. So fortunately, the system is prepared for that. Hey, everyone, it's Wednesday, February 25th. It is Collectively Crimson. We got a super cool show.
We do. I'm excited. We've got two of.
Why don't you tell everyone who's been setting the shows up? Because it's not you or I that set the shows up. So
no.
let's give credit where credit's due here.
Dude, thank you for saving my marriage once again.
Well,
it's just.
I'm a fixer, Brian.
I'd like to. Where's my camera's right there? I'd like to thank my wife, Cassie Hurley, who is the brains behind all of this. She's the one who books the guests. She's the one who
gets them online, ready to go.
Texts everybody.
Basically, does the whole thing.
They're not returning my calls. They're returning her calls.
They do.
So
they do.
Fun thing about Cassie is Cassie brings cookies. She's very famous for her cookies. Have you had a Cassie cookie?
I haven't had a Cassie cookie yet, and I'm not saying I'm getting ripped off here, but I've already heard the story of the Cassie cookies from other people.
So what story? Because there's a couple stories.
Well, they're all good stories. They're like, oh, she brings these cookies. They're like insane.
They're insane. She almost killed Zevi Eckhouse with them.
How do you kill a kid? A healthy young kid with
got allergies.
Cookies?
He's got allergies.
Has he got a nut allergy or something?
I don't remember what the allergy was, but it was like a problem where it's like
he just blow up.
He called the next day and he was like, my mouth is numb, and it was like, stop, throw them away. So she now has a Zevi friendly recipe for the cookies.
Well, that's cool.
But
food allergies are real.
Yeah.
You want to tell everyone who we got on tonight?
Yeah, we've got two awesome Cougs. We got Kelsey Knutson with
big time Coug
with CougsFirst.
Yep.
And I love talking CougsFirst. And then we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr.
One of the great all-time greats.
And I think he's like Washington State high school coach of the year this year.
We're going to talk a little bit about his high school coaching journey because it's been an interesting journey for that young man.
It was a good. He'll be very PC about it when he comes on, but it was a good, don't mess with Cougs, because Coug Nation got behind that, and it ended fast.
It ended fast, and it ended the way it should have ended. And I think the type of connections that Peyton Pelluer has as a young man really showed in his one moment there, because there was a lot of people who got in behind him.
Did you make some phone calls? Did you do some bill phone calls?
I'll be honest with you. I
you can't say if you did.
No. It was not, no, it wasn't like that kind of representation. Did I talk to Peyton a lot during that time? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But did I have to make those phone? Dude, that kid's connected, and he had so many people in his corner. I mean, you get the Luke Falks and the Jack Thompsons and all of those people in the world jumping on it and getting the network rolling like that. It was like it spread like wildfire, and rightfully so, because he's a good kid who deserved that kind of support.
Yeah, I 100% agree. What is that noise out there? Anyway, whatever.
You want me to put in a couple plugs real quick?
Let's put in some plugs real quick.
Okay, let's start with Pullman Vintage Market.
Tell me about Pullman Vintage Market.
Because, listen, the cool stuff, you get all the cool Nike stuff now at the Bookie and the Crimson and Gray and all that. But what you really want to get the classic stuff, you go to Pullman Vintage Market. And here's the best thing, Cougs, is right now part of the proceeds from everything the Pullman Vintage Market is getting kicked right back here to the 1890 Club and the Cougar Collective. So it's not only a way to look super cool, but it's also a way to help out the collective. So thanks to all our good friends over there at Pullman Vintage Market. And then we also always do a shout out to our boys over at the Couch GM podcast, because they've been so good to us. And I want all of you guys to be really good to them. So if you're not checking out the Couch GM, they are doing a fantastic job. And for you baseball geeks like myself, as we're getting back into Mariner spring training, they do a fantastic job of not only covering WSU athletics, but also Seattle Mariner baseball. So check out our friends at the Couch GM.
Just good dudes too.
Good dudes, good Cougs.
Good Cougs.
Good Cougs.
Well, you want to dive into our first guest? She's here.
Oh, is she?
Yes, she is.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to start off with just saying, it might be like the way the tint is coming through on my screen, but I don't love the background color she's got. We're going to bring her to the stage. Oh, my, Kelsey, what are you doing?
Hello, Kelsey.
Hold on just one second. Kelsey, hold on one second. I got to, I'm on the board. There's going to be a problem. There's always a problem when I'm on the board. Cover for me.
Okay, well, listen, let me introduce someone that we have a fantastic relationship with. She was part of our board. She brought class to our board, but she has departed for greener pastures, if you would. She's a class of 2012 from the Carson School of Business, which, by the way, I'm going to talk to both of you about the schools that you graduated from compared to mine. Also a graduate of Rogers High School, where I looked in her senior yearbook and she was voted most likely to become executive director of CougsFirst Business Network. So apparently the folks in high school were clairvoyant, but it is Kelsey Knutson. Kelsey, welcome.
Cheers. Am I audible? Can people hear me? Can you hear me? Most importantly,
I think I literally stalled out just long enough because
that was perfect,
dude. Look at that. I stalled.
That was perfect.
Brian had to run over here to the board and be tech guy for a while because the brains of the operation, well, they're not here tonight, so we're stuck with Brian. But
welcome, Kelsey.
Hello. I got to clarify. Number one, had to dust off the podcast mic for this, so could have been a me problem.
Great.
Number two, blue, not purple. It's
coming through as purple, dude.
Kind of coming through as a little,
it's coming through as purple,
kind of. Kelsey, I mean,
but you know,
I don't know how to. Listen, I haven't podcasted in a while. There was this or the nursery. I did my best. I'm here.
Look, I'm no longer on the board for CougsFirst, but I will make sure this gets on the next board meeting agenda.
Yeah, we
just
really
representing CougsFirst.
Talk about that.
We're in a certain light.
Yeah, well, we'll have you on again. We'll dust up the background. So, Dave, listen,
blue, red, and yellow.
Yeah, that's true. So here, why don't you tell everyone, in case they've been living under a rock and they don't know about CougsFirst, why don't you just give everyone a thumbnail sketch of what CougsFirst is all about?
Yeah, CougsFirst is a business network to help Coug-owned and managed businesses succeed. So whether that looks like getting more visibility by having something like our upcoming show and getting people to shop these businesses, masterminds, education, resources, and then we also help people get plugged back into the university. University is a big beast, and we can be a strategic referring partner back in. So at the end of the day, if you are a Coug and you shop, we're for you. And if you're a Coug and you're a business owner and you're looking for support, camaraderie, resources, education, we're also for you.
Can I gush about CougsFirst for a second?
Please.
Because
it's a Coug-owned business we're sitting in.
This is a Coug-owned business we're sitting in right here. And it's also, look, I am a member of almost every friggin' chamber of commerce. If somebody calls me, I will sign up a membership kind of thing.
You're a sucker for that?
I like community, right?
Okay.
Like I
that's another way of putting it.
Community is a great way to like, but look, Seattle Chamber, Bellevue Chamber. I do love my Snow Valley Chamber, but that's just our thing. But like, that's a membership and it's something you go to once in a while. But CougsFirst is like, there is something about our community. When we talk about the Cougs who show up over and over and over and over and over again,
the one constant,
those people, like
the constant.
And so when you talk about CougsFirst, you know, Kelsey, let's talk about the name CougsFirst. What does that mean? Right.
Yeah.
Talk about the genesis about that.
Oh, for sure. I was not involved at the beginnings directly, but fun fact, I worked for WSU and got to interview one of the founders during the time. And basically that was Glenn Osterhout back in the day.
Oh,
yeah. I used to work for WSU in the Seattle office doing economic development. I heard about this thing called CougsFirst. And at the time it was, hey, think of Cougs first when it comes to products and services. And that's how the name was coined. It was a bunch of passionate Cougs who just said we should support each other in business. It's seen many lives since then, but I think that through line is the culture and the commitment to just helping each other with business. Exactly what Brian is saying. And
people own that CougsFirst thing. Like they actually like, it's not like, like I was going through, I joined CougsFirst when I just join the collective board because it was like, if I'm going to be around there, I should join them kind of thing. I was looking at my like business's client list the other day, and it was like 20% of our revenue comes from CougsFirst. Like, I mean,
from CougsFirst directly.
Cougs, that's big. Coug owned businesses, right, and just Coug that part of the community. Business. And that was never the intent. We're not going to these things going like, Brian Hurley Media Group. Damn glad to meet you. But Have you heard what I do for a living? But like, we were in Olympia this past week. We were speaking in Olympia, and we got referred there by a Coug, who was referred to us by a different Coug. Yeah. And it all started on CougsFirst.
Thieves, man. We're thick as thieves.
There's something special about this community, and I don't get that out of any other group I'm part of. So kudos to what you and CougsFirst do, Kelsey. Thank you for it.
So we hear that you got a big, huge event coming up in King County. So why don't you tell everyone about that and why they should be there?
Yeah. This show, the West Side Show, the CougsFirst, it's lived many names. I'm calling it the West Side Show. We have the West Side Show. We have the East Side Show. If
we'll talk about both. Let's talk about the West Side Show first, and then
I was just going to say, if someone says, "Hey, where are you from?" Are you from the West Side or the East Side? So let's just speak Coug language. West Side Show has been in Bellevue. We're moving the party to Seattle. I wish I had known ahead of time the Seahawks would win, but it just happened to work out that way. So we're just going to hope that that spirit applies to all other Seattle sports moving forward, except for one specific place over there. But
that's not a Seattle sport.
That's not a Seattle sport.
Yeah,
I digress. It's a showcase of businesses, and I use that verbiage specifically because I don't want people to picture a trade show with booths and stuffy and candy going into swag bags. It's also just not meant to be a bunch of keynotes and business conferences. It's Cougs doing what they do best, which is coming over, having a cup of coffee or a beer and talking about what each other does and how we can help. And so
trading business cards and doing all that stuff. That's exactly
in a genuine, fun way, really pushing for it to be more interactive this year. We have this amazing venue, downtown Seattle, May 29th. Put it on your calendar. It's free to attend. So if you're in the area, we would love to have you. We have lots of different things happening throughout the day.
Tell us about this venue, because I know you've been super excited about this venue, and what you've shown me, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. One of the pieces of feedback we would get, everyone from Seattle knows, if it's nice out, you're going to go enjoy the weather. And I said, we need to find a venue that's cool if it's nice out and covers us if it's not. And I found that this place has 360-degree views of downtown in the Lumen Field right there, but also has an awesome rooftop deck that people will be able to walk around and explore as well. So come rain, come shine, come whatever, it'll be a fun, just new, fresh perspective to do business with each other.
I hear you got a podcast that's thinking about doing a live thing down there. You know anything about that?
I don't know anything. No,
don't know anything about it.
We have a couple small guests coming to speak. One of them being Coach, one of them being the president. And then I don't know if you've heard of this podcast called Collectively Crimson, but rumor has it they may be live streaming.
Hey, I got a question for you. When we're talking about when you address President Cantwell, how would you actually address her? Because Hurley over here has got apparently this incredibly casual relationship where he gets to call her Betsy. And he said that one time to me. He was like, and I was like, whoa, are you talking about President Cantwell? So
I will have you know, we were at a collective fundraiser at Mr. John Glass's house.
Oh, I've been to that house.
It's a nice house.
That's a great place.
A really nice house.
Yeah.
And John Glass is, if you don't know John Glass,
super
probably
cool,
one of the best human beings in the world.
John, if you're out there, go Cougs.
Go Cougs. But he had a fundraiser at his house.
Okay.
President Cantwell came.
Yes.
Did you see what President Cantwell, not Betserino or whatever you say I call her.
You called her Betsy.
B-dog or something.
B-dog.
But luckily you and I had just had a conversation. So instead of like, hey, be hizzy, like it was President Cantwell. Thank you for being here. We gratefully appreciate it. And I would say that if anybody does make the mistake of accidentally being too familiar with her, it is a great sign of her leadership and how comfortable she makes people feel in her presence.
Well stated. Well stated, Brian.
Yeah. So if I've ever called you Betserino or whatever,
President Cantwell,
my bad, dog.
All right. Now you said you had an East Side show coming up though also.
Yeah. Basically, I'm positioning us to have 3 major events throughout the year, 1 per quarter. So West Side will be spring golf tournament, summer going back to Pullman, and then in the fall, East Side, which tends to be in the Spokane area. Same thing, but tailored to the audience there. But Seattle, we need Seattle to show up. I want to take over that city, and that's the one that's coming up here May 29.
And I think we got no excuse. Jack Thompson loves to talk about how Spokane is like Coug City kind of thing, and I love Jack, but we got a couple 100,000 Cougs on this side, so there's no reason we can't show up.
Well, listen, I in previous versions of my business where I actually was getting a lot of business out of Cougs, unfortunately, but I used to attend these events with that in mind, and I will tell you, it is actually it is the best networking that you will ever get, because there's no icebreaker necessary when you're with Cougs.
No,
the ice is already broken.
Yes.
Right. So you don't have to do any of the dance around normal, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You can get right to it in whatever way Cougs get right to it, which is oftentimes sitting there with a beer in their hand, BSing about their time in school. And then, oh, by the way, let me tell you what I do for a living. And it is the most organic, wholesome way of really making business relations. It's a great thing.
I honestly think it's because people just like working with people that it's easy to work with. And the second you meet a Coug, even if you've never met them before,
they're your kind of person. You're that kind of person.
Kelsey, do you remember a couple years ago you did that CougsFirst retreat over at Alderbrook?
Yeah.
It was so much fun. And it was really cool because we had a couple Cougs from different decades, right?
Yeah.
So we had from like 80s, 90s, aughts, and 2010s. And we were sitting around the fire one night and it was like, hey, what was the like hot song when you were there? That was like the weird locally written song. And every single person had it. And we spent the whole evening being like, because ours was, I'm older than Kelsey, but ours was cruising down Stadium Way, we're just cruising down Stadium Way or something like that. And like every generation had one. And it was really fun because we just pulled them up on YouTube and we're like, you listen to this crap? Not to Stadium Way was the bomb. By the way, Tyrant.
So does Kelsey remember what song it was for her?
Yeah, what was yours?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. It's just the pew 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 that DJ Goldfinger would always do at the end of the evening, which I've told him.
Here's the thing. Now, this is where I'm going to date myself, is because you see, when I was in college, there was no such thing as downloadable music. So there would have been no real way for a local artist to disseminate that kind of music. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Unless you're standing out on the street corner with all the CDs you burned,
Didn't you guys have like that fun Cougar Football Saturday song that they played on all the commercials? No?
Yeah, we had some stupid stuff, but we just, it was, there was no cell phones, there was no downloadable music. CDs were the thing.
Okay, it was a better time. We get it.
It was. Hey, listen. That's back in the day where if you needed to talk smack to somebody, you would actually have to walk up to their face and talk smack to them. So it'd make you think twice. And if you wanted to make a call late in the evening and get company, right? I don't want to use the term.
Wait,
here,
what are you talking about?
In mixed company here with Kelsey. I try to be a gentleman.
This is going south.
No, you would actually have to call on the phone and have game. You'd have to have game and actually talk up a good game. You couldn't just drop text like, hey, we didn't come on over and
we didn't have
Netflix
text
and chill and crap like
we
that.
Didn't have text because we did, but you had to press the same button like 5 times to get it let. Yeah.
Limited characters, you had to pay extra. Yeah.
Okay,
we had hard times too.
Kelsey, it has been, how long have you had the reins now at CougsFirst?
I picked my start date on my husband's birthday, November 3rd. Happy birthday, Matt.
Solid.
Yeah. But prior to this, we had a podcast called CougsFirst Podcast, and I got the honor of hosting that show. So I've been in and involved in CougsFirst in different capacities over the years. So not new to the organization, just newer to this role, and really, really happy and honored to be here. And it takes people like you who see the mission and vision of what we're doing and how we can honor what has brought us to this place, but also do things to make it better moving forward.
Kelsey, are there any businesses that should be CougsFirst members who aren't, that we can publicly shame?
Yeah, right now. Let's do that.
I got told one today.
You told one today?
I don't know if I want to stir that pot.
What I will say, you know what? We're pot stirrers over here.
I'm going to throw some Coug-owned businesses at you, and you just tell me if they're a member or not, and I'll do the judging. All right.
I'll do like a vetting process.
Is Roy's House with Compass? Is he a member?
Who?
Roy. Oh, Roy's House.
I'll have to look.
Yeah.
We have 400 members, and I love.
You don't know all of them. You don't know.
I don't have them all memorized
in alphabetical order already, Kelsey. Come on.
What's going on? Roy's House. If you are not a member, you need to become a member. Because I know a lot of Cougs buy houses from this guy.
Yeah.
Is that
You know
right?
what's crazy? It's free to be listed. So if you are Coug,
It is.
Coug ties at all, and you're part of a business, at least bare minimum, but get on
So
the directory so
What's,
people
what's the
can find
link?
you.
What's the website right now? If we got some Coug-owned business like, oh, I'd never heard of this before, maybe I should check out. Where do they
I
go?
frantically texted you guys last live stream, but it is CougsFirst.org.
Okay,
that's so
hold
easy
on.
to
I'm gonna
remember.
put this up here.
We'll get the guy on the board to add it to the description box so that all of you who are watching on replay, one, thank you very much. Number two, the link will be down in the description box there. So seriously, if you own a business, if you're running a business, if you're just looking for business connections, and you're a Coug, you're out of your mind if you're not deeply involved with CougsFirst.
All right,
Yeah.
CougsFirst.org. Is that
Org.
that org? All right.
Kelsey, we got a serious question here for you, and that is that you spent some time working with the Cougar Collective. You were on the board with us for a while,
Yeah.
and we would like to know who was the most annoying member to work with on the board, and why was it Wade Hogue?
Wade's lovely.
Don't
To
you
me.
dare.
He's this is our moment now. He's a major donor too, you know.
Major donor.
Major donor.
Major donor.
I will say this: when I took the time, by the way, what they're leaving out is I had a baby in between what they're talking about and where I'm
Well,
at.
we didn't know if we wanted to get personal about the whole deal. You know, sometimes you want to keep that. Yes.
A little
Kelsey
busy.
is a very proud new mother of a beautiful little baby.
But
That's
what I was
true.
going to say is, in that transition, Wade is one of the people who called me to say hi and check on me. So I will not be talking smack about Wade.
All right.
Did you call and check on her?
Yeah.
Actually, ask her.
Did
we
did he?
talk. Yeah.
Did
Honestly, no. I think next time I saw you.
Well, listen, you know how excited I am for you and your husband. You guys make a wonderful family. I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
and just hey, wait, is Frat Matt? Is he a
Oh,
Cougar?
He heard you.
There we go. There we go. Now we're doing it right. Now we're doing it right.
I forget. Is Matt a Coug?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
We
So
met
these are
there.
like-
I won't share the story, but we did meet there.
the guy's nickname is Frat. If that tells you any
Frat
stories,
Matt?
Frat Matt.
What house was he in a house over there? Was he?
He
Like,
was.
which
He's-
one?
He was
all
a
of
Phi
them.
Delta.
He was a what? Which one was
Phi
he?
Delta Theta.
Phi Delta Theta.
The guy is a gas and has some great stories. So just a good family of Cougs.
And started a business. And I've somehow is inspired now. Electric bookkeeping, Coug owned.
Is
Part
he-
of
is-
the network.
Is he a CougsFirst member?
Business
Yes.
network?
Oh, yeah, he signed up
Matt?
all on his own without telling me. I was like, when did you do that? That's great.
That's awesome.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
That's okay. Here's the last question,
Yeah.
and we'll let you go back. So you graduated from the Carson School of Business.
Yep.
You graduated from the Murrow School of Communications.
Look at us.
I got a degree in political science, and that school has like the Department of Political Science has known. It's just like it's the Department of Political Science. Don't you guys think that's a little BS?
I mean, it's probably why we have so much trouble raising money sometimes. A bunch of comm majors. But yeah.
Well, I don't think political science majors are going to help a lot much either.
Yeah.
Most of them just go become political science professors, actually.
Hey,
You know, we
Carson
We
existed.
need more lawyer
after
alums.
me.
That's what we need more guys like you.
Wouldn't that sound good? The Kirk School of Political
There you go.
Science.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
I was pre-Carson. So Carson happened after I was there. My sister's a
Well,
Carson
it didn't
Coug, and
stop.
that
It
was
did
when she
stop
was
it
there.
from popping up on your LinkedIn page, young lady. Let me tell you that, because it
Ooh.
was on there. So you are Carson School of Business graduate,
Yeah.
you know, I think we can work out that Kirk School of what is it?
political science.
Political science.
One of the most worthless degrees you could
I
possibly
feel
get your
like-
hands on.
I feel like if anybody from the foundation
really
is
fun.
watching right now,
Yeah,
I'd call
it's
Bill.
a political science degree is right there with like a philosophy and a soc degree. It's not
Yeah.
that. You could pad a GPA though.
Is there a building to put a name on, or is it just like a door to put a name
I think
on?
there's a couple of floors over there by Todd that you could probably put it on a door.
You know what? Here, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna write a number down. If you donate it to the Cougar Collective, I'm
There
gonna
you go.
sneak a statue of you onto campus
Dude.
in the middle of the night
That'd be
and just see how long it takes
See
them
how
to
long
figure it
takes.
out.
12 hours.
But you will get a statue.
Got that going for me.
I think people should vote in the comments on what to call this.
Yeah, that's true.
Degree.
Well, did you have fun tonight?
Yeah, this is lovely. is totally
We gotta work on your
exactly
lighting,
what I
and we
thought
gotta
we would
work
talk
on your
about.
poker face.
No.
Well, we appreciate everything you're doing, and we really appreciate what the CougsFirst is all about. It's so big. And hey, by the way, in the short time you were with us, what did you realize about NIL and the importance? And how would you, when people come up to Kelsey Knutson and they're like, "What's this whole NIL thing about? I think it's a bunch of BS" or anything like that. What do you say?
Honestly, being honest, it's not going away. So how can we be?
Boy, she scared the hell out of me. When she
finish-
said that. Honestly, I was like, oh, God.
There's no delay.
It's one of those things in court where you're like, God, should I ask that question? I might get smoked here. No, go ahead, Kelsey.
But I think it's important to start with that. And then it's like, okay, so it's not worth the nuance of dissecting how we got here, what's good, what's bad,
Right.
Whatever. That's a mute point. However, when you get to know the players and the actual like human piece of this, and I feel like that's the part that NIL has opened up, is these are human beings and they're also basically all these mini entrepreneurs too. So it just puts a different perspective when you start to build relationships with them, take or leave where they end up going in their lives. I know that's hard for people to wrap their heads around, and it's hard. But at the end of the day, how can we help people more? And to me, it's supporting these people obviously financially, and the collective does a great job on doing that really directly. But on top of that, it's to make them better people, to make them set up in a situation where down the road, if they decide to change careers, start businesses, etc., how can we help support them? And Cougs do that well just naturally. So why wouldn't we apply that to athletics as well?
She's got good. We need her back on the board too.
I know she's
the
just
most
too busy.
articulate one of us.
She's too busy with all the other. She's too busy with all the other cool stuff over at CougsFirst. That was really well put. Thank you.
Really well put. Can you come on next week to do the intro to the show?
No, I'm telling you, Kelsey,
you just made me want Cassie's
run the
cookies.
board. We got a spot for you over here. Shirley here can.
Kelsey, thank you so much, and we will see you at the CougsFirst show. When is it? One more plug for that.
Plug it
one more time.
May 29th, go to our website that has tons of information of all things CougsFirst. But if you want a more direct link to things, check us out on social media too. We're starting to ramp up our presence on there as well. And I'm pretty visible, so feel free to contact me personally. My social media is just Kelsey Marie Knutson too. I'm happy to chat with people as we're shaping the future of this organization. And thank you both of you so much. As people, love you as people, and I just appreciate the collaboration with all the Cougs stuff you got going on. So thank you.
Well, we appreciate you. Go Cougs.
And change your lighting next time. All right, bye, Kelsey.
Send you a photo. Okay, bye.
She's the best.
That is the best. We do got to work on the lighting.
We got to work on the lighting a little.
But I too thought it was a little purplish hue to it.
Absolutely purple.
I'm trying to be nice here, Brian. Slight lavenderish to it, I mean, it's Kelsey. Let's be cool about the whole deal. But yeah, we got to just dial that back a little. We'll
send Brandon over to do lighting for her next time, and he'll do it right.
Yeah,
because if you look in here,
because you can show up with any other color. I mean, even if she showed up with green, I don't think that immediately we're like, oh, it's like Oregon.
Yeah, well, even
purple, there's like, you know what I've said? The only thing that ever looks good in purple, brand new bottle of Crown Royal. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah.
That is a bag in the way of me and my addiction, man. That is wasted energy.
That was about it.
All right, well, we're changing. So, real quick on the lighting. If you guys got a light for crimson, you actually got to use like a pink color. Because if you use a dark red, that comes through as purple too.
It does.
Yeah. So little camera trick there for you.
Yeah, crimson's a tough color to do with lighting.
If you look at the light right behind you, pink.
Then you use that in combination with the backdrop, and that's how you get your I learned something new.
Very difficult.
That's
but
cool.
Crimson and purple, unfortunately, are too close on the color spectrum. But we're digressing. We've got cooler stuff to talk about.
God, I hope so.
Do you want to do a quick break real quick? And then
why don't we run it? We got an ad to run?
Yeah, let's run an ad.
What do you want to do? You want to talk about the coffee? Talk about the brewski? What do you want to do?
I'm feeling
cocktail. I mean, I don't know.
I'm kind of feeling. Let's plug Valley GMC.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah,
because they've been so good to us.
All right, Valley GMC coming at.
Awesome opportunity. Happy to be at WSU. I'm excited for this. This is a blessing for sure.
Whew. We've been doing this for a couple years now. Massive Cougar fans. We support this because when the football team flourishes, all Cougs flourish.
This is nice. This is slick. I appreciate it. I'm happy to play here and represent WSU and and represent you guys. Valley GMC in Auburn. We are professional grade.
Because he's got something on his bio that I get jacked about, which is academics.
We're live, dude.
It's academics, man.
Well, actually, before we introduce, I played the wrong ad. I want to play a different ad.
Okay, but here's the thing. We told everyone to say a prayer at the start of this thing about, Brian's on the board tonight. And I know they did.
Yeah.
And we were cruising along just fine.
It's going fine, but I want to play different.
And the wheels
ad.
just came off.
No, the wheels didn't come off. We played a great ad for our friends at Valley GMC.
Okay, but you want to play another one now?
Yes, and
Okay,
you'll
let's
see
do it.
why the second
All right,
I
let's do
play it here. All right.
All right, let's do it.
Did you hear that? No.
Yeah, I definitely heard that.
When Paddock wanted to help raise money for the Cougar Collective, we thought, why not give them a Cougar Collector?
Hold on. Let me try something.
Yeah! Woo!
Handmade by Paddock right here in Pullman. Old Crimson Legendary Cocktail isn't just a drink. It's a canned vodka cocktail that magically turns every weekend into, well, Mom's weekend.
You see why I wanted to play that ad?
Good choice.
Let's bring the man to the stage right now. The best unpaid talent in Western Washington, Coug legend, Peyton Pelluer. Peyton, how's it going, man?
Oh, man. I've just been sitting backstage for the last 10 minutes.
Watching this unadulterated shit show of a podcast that we do around here.
I'm like, are these guys live? Or are they?
No, it's always a train wreck. It's just to what degree of a train wreck it will be. Listen, for your Letterman. Now, this I told you and you might have caught this on a hot mic, but that's fine because I wasn't talking smack about him. Listen to this. For your Letterman, 3-time All Pac-12. 5-time All Pac-12 academics. Think about that.
Wow.
All right. 5-time President's Honor Roll. So I told you, I said, there's some things in this kid's resume that really stand out, and it's the academic.
I actually didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Well, we're going to test you on some of your knowledge here, too. Don't worry. 54 games, 47 as a starter.
Wow.
352 career tackles is 5th all time in the history of Washington State University.
Did you know that, Peyton?
I knew that one. That was a little cooler in my
Here's your trivia question. Which game did Peyton Pelluer record the most tackles in as a Coug?
It was probably the loss against Colorado in 2016.
Dude, look at it. It's a loss against Colorado on November 19, 2016. He recorded 16 tackles.
Who was the QB?
That was Luke.
It was
Luke.
It was Luke.
Luke let you down, man.
Yeah. The elevation got to him.
I think Colorado had a pretty good team that year, though, didn't they? They had some dudes on offense, I think, that were pretty wicked. Had a quarterback there that was pretty
They went to the Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, see, they were legit. And it was there.
They were
dude,
good.
He knocked 16 tackles out that day. That's nice. You knew that. You didn't know that you were a 5-time President's Honor Roll?
I did not.
Well, congratulations, dude. That's
I don't know
big.
what that.
I mean, that's because
entails.
no, seriously, Peyton, think about it. And I know you're preaching this as a coach, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit too. Your journey as a coach now, but they're called student athletes, right?
Yes.
And the job is, and I get the priorities are not where some people want it to be, but at the end of the day, you are an athlete who also happens to be a student. And when you perform or when you're performing on the field, but you're also performing in the classroom, that's the quintessential student athlete.
Yeah.
That's what every university should want 100% of their student athletes to be, is that right there.
I would also just say it takes it a second step of just like, it's an indicator of how well that person like commits themselves to what they're committed to. Right. So it's I didn't get those kind of grades.
How much of, the team performed academically incredibly well under Coach Leach, Peyton? Let me ask you this question, because you're a coach yourself now. Was that because you were recruiting a certain type of kid, or was there just the culture in the program, or was it a combination of both that just kind of resulted in really good academic performance?
I think it's more of the latter in terms of Leach ran a tight ship. And I mean, we would have class checkers. So, if you came in, your grades started to slump a little bit, there'd be people waiting for you at class. And if you didn't show up or you were late to class, you got your name put on a list and you were in that sand pit, baby. So, and then we had breakfast club, which was like, I don't know, 6 a.m. On a Saturday or something crazy. But yeah, I remember, Leach's second year, we set the team GPA record, and I felt like it just kept going up and up and up. I don't think that was necessarily because we were recruiting brainiacs to Pullman.
Okay.
But it was definitely culture, and just like Leach didn't play around,
See, and everyone always talks about what a great offensive mind Mike Leach was and stuff like that. But see, it's all these little details that a lot of people don't know about. And you take a look at his teams at Texas Tech, and I bet if you take a look at the teams at Mississippi State, they probably improved academically as well. Something to be said for that.
Peyton, what are some of the things as a coach? Because I think for those who don't know, the coach at Skyline High School.
Yeah.
Was it Washington State Coach of the Year? What was you got a pretty nice award there? Kinko?
It was Kinko, and then I didn't know till this last weekend, but District 2 Coach of the Year. There's 7 districts in the state.
Congratulations.
So that was cool. Shout out to all the District 2 coaches that voted. I appreciate y'all.
And he's got to be a good coach if he got that award and missed some work too during the season. But I'm going to digress and move right past that. I want to ask you, as a coach, what are the things that you incorporate into your day-to-day with your athletes that you've taken from other coaches and other mentors that you've had? What are a couple things there?
Man, that is a great question. The easiest way to put it into words is, it starts with Leach, because, I spent the most time with him. 8 total years between a player and a coach, which was an absolute blessing. But the thing at the end of those 8 years, I realized, man, this guy just doesn't waver from the standard he sets. And when he says, we're going to do something, or you're going to do something, and when we don't get that done, there's a consequence, right? We're going to do that thing. So it was the unwavering message that was so consistent, so regurgitable,
repeatable, just repeatable.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. That's, to where it was obviously in his DNA, but it quickly became instilled in us. And it's the fact that you can't, he sets the standard, and then you can't negotiate with the standard. And the kids, us as players, we realized quickly, all right, there's no way to make any of this easier. Okay. So we're going to embrace the hard stuff. We're going to embrace the adversity. We're going to work. We showed up. We all knew what we were signing up for when we were, all of us part of Leach's first recruiting craft, me, Falk, Craycraft, Isaac Dotson, all those guys. We all knew what we were signing up for. They won 3 games. I mean, it was a tough era in Cougar sports that we were walking into in 2013. And we knew we had work ahead of us. But it's the different type of work that Leach instills in you, just doing hard things, doing midnight maneuvers. That's the biggest thing I got from Leach, for sure.
When you were playing for Leach, I mean, by the time you were playing for him, he had already had the reputation in college football. Like, this was a college coach who I think we all knew was going to go down as like a legendary coach, right? Did you fanboy at all when you first started playing for him, or was it just another coach? Like, was there ever a moment where like, God, I get to get coached by this guy?
Well, and a follow-up to that is, if you did fanboy, how quickly did that wear off then too? That's the other thing I'd want to know.
I didn't fanboy too hard just because I didn't follow the Texas Tech stuff too much. I just didn't. I'm a weird sports guy. In fact, I get crap from my friends. Like, I'm engrossed in sports all day year round. But like I don't go home and watch sports.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Like I don't follow sports that much. And I've always kind of been like that. But I knew Leach was going to be interesting when I took my first recruiting call from him, and it ended up, I was at dinner with my family, and I took the call outside, and I ended up being out. I was outside for like 30 minutes, like freeze my ass off, because he was talking about killing bears in Canada.
Yeah. We didn't think he was talking about football, because anyone who ever spent any time with him knows that he didn't do a lot of talking about football.
Yeah. And then I'll be honest, everything wore off really quick when we all showed up to Pullman.
Got real fast.
Because we had some knuckleheads in our class. Won't name names.
Yeah.
I'll name his nickname, Cheetah.
Okay.
From Dorsey, California.
Yeah.
Him and a couple others. Long story short, we got to a point where from the moment we stepped on campus, we went like 11 days either being punished or having a workout. And it climaxed with a Saturday where the older players, they were going to be, they had the weekend off, 3-day weekend or something. So they were all going home. We screwed up so bad as a freshman class. Leach called everybody back to campus. So now all the old upperclassmen were pissed off at us.
Yeah.
And he had us walk around campus, pick up trash, and then we went to the practice field and we picked up, we all had bags. We had to pick up any piece of turf that was a different color than the turf it was laying on. And we did that for an entire evening. An entire evening.
God, I've never heard that one before.
The next morning, we're in the sand pit rolling.
Well, so listen, as a high school coach, you don't get to employ many of these tactics.
Yeah, I can't do that. I wish.
And the parents are probably appreciative at this point. But listen, you and I had a chance to talk about some stuff that was going on during the last season. We're not going to get into that here. We're talking about all the fun stuff here on Collectively Crimson. But you had a fantastic year. Your team did. Your coaching staff did. And I think you had a pretty young quarterback out there and some other young players. I think you had a bunch of sophomores out there that were really contributing already. So you feeling pretty good, Coach, going back into next season if everything works out the way you think it should?
We did our research, but we lost a lot of seniors. Yep. We have a very small to be senior class. We're going to be very young this year. I hate the word rebuild. I'm an enhancer. I like to enhance and raise.
Sometimes it's a reload.
Yeah, exactly. Our quarterback went back to Texas.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
because that kid had really played well last season, didn't he?
He was. He ended up being all league first team.
Yeah, so. As a sophomore, right?
Yeah. He's going to go to Texas. I mean, I love the kid. I've known him since he was 6 years old in Pullman. His dad was a quality control coach for us under Leach, Brian Odom. So he's going to have a great career. I'm excited for him, but.
All right. So we're going to have to we got some positions that we got to fill some gaps in here.
We're going to have to battle. We're going to have to find a way, and it's all good. It's all good. You know, that's why I get paid the big bucks in high school.
Well, let me ask you this question, because clearly you love coaching. And I think in the short time you're doing it, the results show that you're pretty damn good at it too. So where's Peyton Pelluer see himself as a coach 10 years from now, 20 years from now? Is that, do you want to still be coaching? And if so, where do you want to be coaching? At what level?
Yeah. It's a great question. I will coach for as long as I am able, because it's what I was born to do. It's how I, it's my purpose. I serve, I teach, I educate. Right now I'm good where I'm at. 10 years from now, I don't know. I only really see two feasible real possibilities. One is Pullman. And I guess 3. So 1 is Pullman, 2 is over here on the west side, and then 3 is Spokane.
What? Oh, living, like where you'd be living or where you'd be coaching?
We were talking about it at the collegiate level, and we're like,
no. I
was not aware that Seattle U played football, so I don't know what school
my
you
favorite
would be talking
Cougs
about.
go to like my least favorite Coug that fast.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself maybe wanting to coach at the collegiate level sometime?
Yeah. So I guess that's really the question maybe that you're trying to get answered. Yes and no. That's a lot. And being head coach is a lot at any level. Especially when you want to do it right and win championships and impact kids the right way. But no, I mean, I got a brother-in-law who's the head coach at Cal. I didn't even think about going down there. I just didn't.
Not your cup of tea.
And I got so many questions like, you going to Cal? Like my principal was like begging me to stay. I'm like, dude, I'm not even thinking about that. But I did.
Principal has a burner X account too. Just trying to get a scoop. Yeah.
I did passionately try to throw my name in the hat for the Coug head coaching job. And like 24 hours went by, and I was like, yeah, I don't have a shot, but you never know. Just because my heart broke for the Cougs. But that would be the only place where I would go get back into it, because I believe in that product. I believe in the Palouse product, how
awesome it would be to have him on the sideline.
I don't jive well with the recruiting, especially where it's at now. It's superficial. It's revolves around money. That to say you're in college football to build relationships and to mold young men is only half true now, because it's just, and I don't blame the kids. Like, how do you turn down?
Let me ask you this, Peyton. This is this is a question that only you would, I think, know the answer. Is there an element of kids out there that still are looking for that? These old souls, these old-fashioned kids out there, where if you had the recruiting efforts, you could go out. And I'm not saying you get an entire recruiting class of them, but that could be one of the criteria of which you could search certain kids out. These ones that are just looking for a 4-year college experience and to build a family of comrades and stuff like that. Do you think it still exists, or is it just gone in today's high school football world?
No, I mean, nothing's ever completely gone. I think it'll start to be cyclical, where kids, especially if they see the negative side of all that early, like in high school, like, man, like, because there are a lot of kids, and it's getting earlier and earlier in their football careers where they just play for the noise of the crowd or the money, instead of a lot of college coaches that come in here and talk to my kids. That one of the first questions that I've noticed that they ask is, why do you play football? That's kind of what it's starting to, like, why do you play football? Because it's fun, which is usually a solid answer.
It's a good start. Yeah.
Yeah. Or do you like football because you get to legally assault people and not go to jail?
which can be used to motivate.
That's my answer.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It kept you out of jail. Cool.
Yeah,
Worked.
exactly.
Totally worked.
But yeah, and the other question is like, what are your goals? If they talk about winning a championship, you kind of got a guy. If they talk about, well, I want to be all state, this, that, and that, they talk about themselves, you might not have a guy. So there's ways to get that out of kids. It is kind of a hard intangible to put on a grading curve, though. Like, just like toughness. How do I know a kid is tough until I get him in my program and I put him through tough stuff?
Well, and the pathway from high school to, FBS has changed pretty dramatically too in the last couple of years. What have you seen as far as like changes from when you started coaching? Because you've been a high school coach for 5 years now. Is it?
I'm going in my third year.
Oh, third year. Okay. So you might not have seen.
Well, you can compare it to your high school recruiting
experience
to what you have your kids going through now. What's the big significant difference in that experience?
It's a big difference. And it's unfortunate because the high school kids, they're suffering. Just last year I had a kid named Cam Weir. He ended up walking on at Wazoo late. But he didn't really have anywhere to go. He was the fastest kid in the state of Washington, and hell of a receiver, hell of a DB, had a fantastic senior year. If 10 years prior, if you're at Skyline, you're the fastest kid in the state.
Yeah.
He's a little small, grades, good kid, great family. But he got no looks. Because if college coaches are taking high school kids, they need to stand out more and more, because we can just hop in the portal and grab
get someone else's proven commodity.
Yeah. So the common high school football player is athletes in general. But it's I see it in football.
Sorry to interrupt you.
You're
Coach.
good.
I think you get the negative. Oh, kids don't want to be developed anymore. Well, I think it's also programs aren't developing kids anymore, right? Like they're not.
Well, there are programs out there that don't. I mean, I'm waiting for the University of Oregon to develop a quarterback again.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But it's like, we've seen it. I'm sure Peyton's seen it. He's got a front row seat to it, but like, it's a different world.
Are you seeing kids now going to the Montanas and Montana States that maybe 10 years ago would have been getting Pac-12, Big 12 offers, because those schools are clearly still developing talent? The problem is they're literally serving as like a AAA franchise for some of these bigger schools. I mean, they're just poaching. They get just poached away the year or two after, like one school does all the development, and the other school gets all the glory. Cam Ward, things like that.
Yeah. No, certainly. I mean, and then you look at the D3, D2 schools who are getting a lot better guys than they would have 10 years ago as well. And now those are the guys that the Montanas and even some D1 schools. I mean, you look at Ole Miss's quarterback,
Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was at a D2.
He was.
And because if you love football enough to go play at a D3 or D2, instead of just go to college, I don't know, literally anything else, that's kind of back to your question not too long ago. You got a guy that is in there for the right reasons most of the time. But
that's a good answer.
You see that nice circular path we just took there with our
trial lawyer?
Well, no, good coach. Yeah. It's a good coach over there, man. Knows the game.
That's super interesting to me. I mean, you're in such a unique position where, young men and their families are looking to you to go, what do we do here? And like, you've done what some of these kids want to do. And so it's like, I'm sure you get some questions, and there's not like there's a roadmap that you can easily lay out for these kids, even if they are qualified to play at that level.
Yeah, no, it's tough. I mean, you got to have really good early tapes, highlight tapes, right? I don't know. I was super thankful. I committed to the Cougs my junior year, heading into my senior year. You don't see that as often unless you're like a 4 or 5 star kid, which I wasn't. So the higher end is still unaffected, but it's that middle tier, lower tier that's just not seeing themselves go to schools like Wazoo and develop in the Mountain West and your Montana State. All the high school kids below the 4-star, 5-star range are following lower and lower in the pack.
And I don't want to sound like Pollyanna here, but I think that this is something that a lot of fans don't understand when they talk about college football, where it is right now. I mean, you can, it's really easy to get mired down with the news of like, oh, Texas Tech had 50 million or whatever their NIL budget was rumored to have. I think you're bringing up a good point, and it shows that there's still this massive market of incredibly talented kids who want to play football.
Yes.
That if schools have a decent enough organization, they can field them.
Every year you can field the team.
Every year you can field the team.
Field the team.
There's a reason that Rodgers' team took on Ole Miss, right? Like there's a reason for that. And so when you talk about these D2 kids who easily could be D1, D3, you know, the difference between a $3.5 million John Mateer and a free John Mateer is 4 games on ESPN and a lot of PR.
Yep.
Right?
Like PR.
You know, so
exactly.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for what you do for the young men. And also just thanks for being such a good Coug. I'm just going to say we needed some talent for a CougsFirst, or not a Cougs, a Cougar Collective, Old Crimson paddock cocktail.
Did a nice job with that.
And also, like, there's not a lot of guys who can act. You got a lot of guys with pretty faces, but they can't act.
So he's a football player, football coach, an academia, and you're telling me he's got acting chops too.
Yeah, he's a
pretty legit.
Penta-threat,
like,
is that what you would call it?
He's the Renaissance man.
Renaissance man, but also like you nailed it acting. Yeah. So if coaching doesn't work out, if teaching doesn't work out, if all the things you've got at your fingertips don't work out, I will pay you the bare minimum wage to come act in any Hurley Media Group commercial, man. Always welcome.
Dude, that was an invite, dude.
And he's fun to have on that too.
Hey, man, you are one of the all-time great Cougs, Peyton. Thanks a million for being with us today.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate you, fellas. Go Cougs. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Good dude, man.
Great. I'm dude, man. But, you know, you look at these numbers. I mean, 4-year letterman, you know, all conference, 5-time all Pac-12, all academics. Come on, man. That is legit.
Wait, how does that work then with eligibility back then? Was it?
He got a 6th year.
Oh, he got a 6th.
He got a 6th year also.
Okay.
He got a 6th year because he had, I think.
Why wasn't he a 6th time? What's going on with that?
Well, because he had an injury one year where he only played in 3 games and that was it. And so I don't know if, you know, we could have asked him that, but why rain on his parade, man? The guy's like a freaking Rhodes Scholar. And like Hurley's over here like, I don't know if he's really that smart.
Your trivia question was like, tell me about your most painful loss where you gave everything. And
well, he played for Leach, so that was every Apple Cup. Okay, most painful loss. Every freaking Apple Cup is what it was with the Mike Leach team, because Chris Peterson beating the living hell out of Mike Leach, because that's the way it worked. Ugh.
All right, well, from one great Coug to the greatest fictional Coug.
I don't know if he's fictional or not, but it's not me.
We're gonna hear from the general.
Let's hear from the general.
To Cougar Nation, when the dawn breaks over the rolling wheat fields of the Palouse, there is a moment, just a breath, where the earth itself seems to glow crimson and gold. Those hills are not flat. They are not easy. They rise and fall in long, patient waves, shaped by wind, time, and endurance. They teach you something if you stay long enough. They teach you that greatness is not built overnight. Every harvest begins months before the first stalk breaks the soil. The farmer works in quiet. The roots grow unseen. The storms come. The wind bends the crop but does not break it. And when autumn arrives, what once looked like empty land becomes something abundant and powerful. That, my friends, is Washington State. That is Pullman. That is what it means to be a Coug. But make no mistake, harvest is coming. When that crimson helmet runs out beneath the lights, it carries more than a logo. It carries the patience of those fields, the resilience of the wind that never stops blowing, the pride of a place that builds men the hard way. Opponents will look at us and see geography. They will see remoteness. They will see rolling hills and assume softness. They will learn otherwise. Because those hills are not gentle. They are carved by pressure, and so are we. This season is not about proving we belong. It is about reminding the nation what grows in this soil. Cougar Nation. When you look at those wheat fields, remember, every wave in that landscape was shaped over time, and every wave crashes eventually. The Palouse does not bow. Neither do we. Go Cougs. Sincerely, General Kirby Moore.
All right.
That
was
there
the
it is.
general.
The general.
That was
Words of wisdom.
who is
Really
he?
good. I don't know.
Or they, or she.
It could be a she, could be a he. I refer to him as the general when I talk to him on X, formerly known as Twitter.
I still call it Twitter.
I do too. I call him tweets. What do you call him? I X'd today. I don't know. What the hell
if
is
somebody
it?
doesn't know what I'm talking about, it sounds like a dirty website or something.
It
You
does.
know what I mean?
That is. Okay. Listen, Old Crimson Lager, help the Cougar collect about 12 ounces at a time, available at all Fred Meyers. So, go pick yourself up some. Old Crimson cocktails are available at paddock.com, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which we'll have linked up in the description box. Ain't that right, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay. Old Crimson cocktail. Thanks to everyone over at Paddock for that. Old Crimson coffee is available at the Old Crimson store, which is oldcrimson.com.
It's also
There's
you
a
can go to
lot of
any-
cool stuff available there.
They're
So
at
get over
most
there.
Thomas Hammers too, aren't they?
Yeah,
you
they
can
are.
walk
They're all
right in
Thomas
there.
Hammers.
Everyone I've been in, I've been able to pick up a couple
If you're
bags.
not a member of the 1890 Club, what's up with that?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
So Brian will be adding to the description box also a link that make it super easy, one-stop shop to join the Cougar Collective today. Dude, this was fun.
And I want to just do a real quick request for our next show. Two things.
Let's hear it.
Someone
else running the board.
Someone
Okay, there's one.
Take it easy. As you saw with Peyton, what I love about the interviews with like Peyton and stuff like that is what's nice is for whatever reason we get some pretty cool guests on here.
We have that's because
it's because my wife is
your
the
wife's
most
out there.
She's the
making it
most
happen. That's
pushy
why.
Coug on the planet.
No, she's actually very sweet and pleasant to deal with. So that when she calls and asks, "Would you be willing to come on?" I think everyone's just kind of compelled to say yes.
What a nice thing. What nice. She's also very pushy.
She's also listening in the other room. So, I'm going to.
So who do you want to hear from? And what kind of angles do you want to hear about what's going on in Planet Coug? Because we're pretty sure we can get them on the podcast.
Yeah, that's a great thing. If you guys got some guests, like I want to hear a story about what so-and-so happened with this, like I will tell you who I think we ought to get on for just storytelling. We ought to get Jim Walden on.
Yeah.
Do you know Jim Walden?
Yeah.
Have you ever met Jim Walden?
I've met him before.
Jim Walden
will not
is
remember
a
meeting me.
fantastic storyteller.
You know who we need to get on? Speaking of storytellers, probably my favorite board member. We got to get Wade on here.
That will be a single guest episode, though.
That will be like a
single guest extent. It's like a double album.
We have to wait till the next
day when it's like Use Your Own Illusion by Guns N' Roses. Sons of Bitches sold it in two separate discs. Too, not even a single double.
You're
disc.
gonna want a blanket.
Bastards.
You're gonna want a comfy seat.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to just
settle in. Settle in.
And it's
Brian and I might step outside, go grab a bite to eat while Wade goes for a bit. Be back in about 45 minutes. He's still going. But you'll be entertained.
Yeah. And then I also want to hear from you. Who of your friends who love being a Coug and they're just Mr. Coug, Mrs. Coug, but they're not 1890 Club members? Who are they? Because we're going to publicly shame them in the next episode. And we're going to say, Matt Mira says that so-and-so is not an 1890 Club member. And we're going to shame them as a group.
Yeah.
And so
we're only going to shame them. We're not going to dox you, but we will publicly shame you.
We will publicly shame you.
But not dox.
Yes.
You can't do that. That
What is
would be a
the
little
difference between
un-Coug-like.
shaming and doxing?
Well,
I'm not going to give their address out.
That's toxic.
But I will say their first and last name for sure. So, all right. You guys, thank you so much, Bill. It's always fun hanging out, man. Thanks.
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.